The Hand That Rocks the Cradle 2025 remake just dropped on Hulu. I did a video on the original. Now we're talking about the remake. And this is unfortunately one of the worst movies I've seen this year. Which I do not say lightly. It's not my least favorite. There's still a couple I'm above this one that I really did not like. But this one is on the list because what the fuck? I had never seen the original, so when I heard they're doing a remake, I was like, fuck it, let me check the original out. And I absolutely adored that original movie. It is a really well acted, really intense horror thriller that had me on the edge of my seat. Yeah, let me take that out of my ear. Sorry, that was bugging me in my ear. And so I was just really enthralled by the whole movie. And I really loved it. And so when I got to this movie, I was just really curious what they could do to modernize this movie. If they could do anything. I didn't think it'd be as good as the original. And, oh my god, they didn't even try with this. First of all, this movie has none of the atmosphere and tone of the original. And that's a huge part of why that movie works. It's a thriller. You know, you have to have a certain tone and vibe to it. This movie didn't even try to attempt that, really. The acting is, like, almost... It's not bad, but it's, like, very, like... Know-nothing... Not know-nothing. What's the word for it? But just very basic, like... Very, like... forgettable acting and performances. When a movie about this is all about those performances, because you have this nanny that comes into this situation, she has to be helping this family, and that you have to see that darkness in her, but also that sweetness in her, and that twist, and kind of things like that. It's very important to this movie to make a movie like this work, and this movie didn't have any of that. And then you have to, like, buy into really good performances with this husband and this wife, and you have to feel their connection. You don't feel the connection. The husband actually barely says anything in this movie, and he's a very important character in that original movie. And the daughter is also a very important character in that original. Now, I think it's obvious why she's not an important character in this movie, because in the original, they had a special needs character that was treated like shit and called the R word. And obviously you can't do that shit in 2025, which, good. I'm glad that part's not here, but it means the daughter's kind of portion of the movie was cut out and just made to feel less awkward. So I just was really annoyed by the whole fucking movie. It was just really it was just very boring, and there was just no real anything of interest to this movie. If you plan to watch this movie, good luck. It's on streaming. At least you can just turn it off if you're not into it. Me, I couldn't do that because I had to do this video, but fuck this movie. This movie was ass.